should be live.
Yeah.
Hello, can you guys hear us? Are we here?
Hello, hello.
Watch them be like, are they live yet? Sometimes they try to troll.
Wait, let me also pull up. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. It's live, it's live.
Yay! Awesome. Oh. Yeah, totally not hiding chat at all. I was like, why do I feel like something's calling us underneath the table? And I'm like, oh, there it is. Let's go, finally.
Finally.
Okay.
Judge.
It is.
Asshole stories.
Well, I mean, we were only like 7-ish minutes late. You know, it's not even that bad. Not even that bad.
Okay.
Hello, hi.
Okay, you guys will live.
Yeah, they'll probably be fine. I'm not too worried about them.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It's good to see you all again. Hi, I'm Mari, and I'm with my friend Fiersona.
Hello.
I think this is the first time I'm doing like a collab with you on my new channel. So I might need to have you reintroduce yourself, since this is like a brand new audience who have never heard of you before.
Well, hello. I'm Fiersona, you can call me Sona, and I'm your friendly neighborhood true crime VTuber. On my channel, I cover cold, old, and unsolved cases of all kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's actually really cool because there's not many VTubers who do like true crime stuff on YouTube. So like when I first met Fiersona, I did an interview with her on my virtual life on my main channel. We got to talk a little bit about that and kind of like just like YouTube things and like VTube stuff. So, but that's not what we're talking about today.
Today we're judging people on the internet.
Yes. We're gonna be reading this subreddit called Am I the Asshole, which is a subreddit where pretty much people just post stories about their lives or interactions or conflicts that they've had, and we get to judge if they are the a-hole or not.
Most of them probably a-holes. Although the titles are usually misleading, like very misleading. You think they are an asshole, and then you're like, oh, that's what happened.
Yes.
Like, wait a minute.
No, like literally, what's it called? We were preparing some of the stories for today, and I was like, girl, these stories are wild.
Some of them are just like the titles, like, what? Wait, am I a little quiet?
Oh, you might be. Here, let's turn you up.
Yeah, like if I'm... Because I wasn't sure if it's my setup or...
No, I forgot to turn you up. How does she sound now?
I am being silenced.
Not intentionally.
No. Unintentionally.
Imagine it's like, actually, you know
Way
what?
better.
No. This is not ASMR. I was gonna say a silent stream.
Silent stream.
Let me.
Okay. Now they can hear me. Nice.
All right, let me. Okay, cool. I forgot that I set up a new like OBS stuff. So everyone who has been here a couple of days, I've been having a lot of computer issues. I haven't had a chance to tell you that this yet, Sona, but yeah, no, my computer has been cooked, and apparently, what I'm testing out today with you is I was trying to see if like maybe I had some bugs or weird issues going on with my OBS. So right before we got on stream, I did a completely clean installation of my OBS. And I'm actually happy I did that, because normally trying to stream to you at 1080p on Discord and then having this set up with like the VTuber stuff, I'm at 100% GPU. Right now, I'm at 70.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Your computer is like cooking.
Yeah, so...
No, let it cook.
Whatever I did right before we got on here, it's now at 70%.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
It's a little better, but still pretty heavy.
Yeah. So
Is it gonna be okay?
I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not really that worried about it.
I'm sure it's not gonna explode. I mean, I hope not. But
I've seen worse things happen. Oh, real quick, because I know some people don't know what Am I the Asshole is. Am I the Asshole is a subreddit where the way they describe it is it's a catharsis of the frustrated moral philosophy. They use big words here. Basically, people talk about their conflicts of like, oh, am I the a-hole for telling my sister she's dumb because she pours her milk in before cereal? It's like stuff like that.
Yeah, just daily struggles and people just being like putting themselves in a situation where, yeah, it's like a conflict situation, but not very clear who's at fault here. So that's why they turn to the internet. I don't know, maybe they don't have friends, or I don't know, so they turn to Reddit. Or I guess for like an objective opinion, right? Like based on the story, because they don't know the person, so they're not biased.
Yeah, like a third party kind of thing.
Like, uninvolved party that doesn't know them personally and can judge them based on just their account or just their story. Obviously, like, we don't have two sides of the story, we just have like one side. But people are like, Reddit users are ruthless, so they literally will tell you that, you're completely the asshole.
And that's what we get to help decide. Some of these stories, I believe, if I look here, I think one of them was really, really new, which was like 11 hours ago. So that hasn't been decided on it, but the rest of these are pretty like cut and dry. So with that being said, let us start with the first one. Let's see here. People are like making fun of my computer right now. I'm just like, wow, guys, it's not my potato PC.
I can see that, yeah.
Okay, so I figured we could probably do like maybe like a little bit of a back and forth, because I know you also brought some stories as well.
Yeah.
So I can read like the first two, and then I'll have you swap off to like one of the stories that you picked.
Yeah.
All right, so the first story here is, am I the a-hole for offering to get my sister groceries from the Dollar Tree?
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it makes it sound like, okay, that's a nice thing to do, but at the same time, it's like, I wonder.
Wait, see,
I mean, Dollar Tree?
It's gonna take me a bit to get used to that.
Yeah, no worries.
So this is left. Why do I want to make this right? My life. I did a little fun production thing, and I was like, when Sona's talking, we'll go here, and then when I'm talking, we'll go here. But clearly, I am dyslexic.
You mixed it up, and I was just smiling at the camera. Yeah. Like, I was the cat meme, the cat that's like smiling.
Yes, I do actually. Yeah, okay, I fixed it.
Nice.
All right, let's start with this one. My 34 female sister. Wait. Oh my God, this is the thing about Reddit that I hate sometimes. I can't tell whose age is who in this.
Yeah, it's pretty confusing sometimes.
So who's a 34-year-old female, and then my sister, who's a 43-year-old female, is broke and has no groceries, according to her. I have not personally seen her kitchen. She's asking me for $40 to borrow. She never pays anyone back, so she can get some groceries. I told her I'm really strapped for cash right now myself, as I just had to pay rent, bills, and take my dog to the emergency vet, which in itself cost $487. Ooh. I don't get paid again until next week. As a side note, she does not work due to several health issues. Her husband works but doesn't make that much, yet somehow makes too much to qualify for food stamps. Oh, wait, hold on. The thing about this is like, I have heard of this dilemma where it's like, depending on what state you live in, you have to make like under a certain amount of money in order to qualify for food stamps. It's like, it's really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, like I mean, I get it. On one hand, it's right, like that's the rules of the system. Like, oh, you have to fall underneath a certain threshold to be able to qualify. But at the same time, like sometimes it's really a very small difference, and it's still like you're not making that much, and they just say like, oh, you're making too much. You can't have food.
I think it also depends on what state you're into.
Yeah.
I told my sister what I could do is go to the Dollar Tree and get some stuff to help them buy until he gets paid. She got upset and offended and said, no thanks, I'm good.
What? Okay, so you want to starve. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much what it is. I told her I watched this lady on TikTok who makes really good looking stuff with Dollar Tree items. She still said no, especially because their meat looks nasty and her main meal she eats daily is meatloaf, which I really can't afford to get ground beef as it's so expensive around here to get around here right now. Oh my gosh. So no, like I kid you not, especially what kind of store you're going to, this stuff is expensive, like literally super expensive just to get like meat. Like I don't know if you've ever been grocery shopping recently where it's like chicken breast is like almost $15. It's insane.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe like I guess here it's not that expensive, chicken breast at least, because like I do buy chicken breast quite often, but $15 for chicken breast?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad depending on like what you qualify.
I don't think it's that expensive here. I'm pretty sure it's not that expensive.
Yeah.
Like at least here, right? Like it really varies like country by per country, but yeah, I'm in a bit of a shock. Wait.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just gonna like I know the story isn't finished, but I'm just gonna say like, okay, well, when you're on a budget, I would say you can't eat a meatloaf from a fancy store every day. I would say like, hey, maybe you can't afford it. Maybe you should be like planning different meals.
Also, why are you eating meatloaf like every single day? That can't be good for you, right? Like, I don't get it. It's so weird.
Setting that aside, I think it's just a matter of like, yeah, meatloaf is gonna be expensive, and if you can't afford it, then you should be like, okay, maybe I should switch my diet to something else because something more affordable for me.
Ramen noodles.
Yeah, like no, seriously, like just to get, like, especially if you're like literally broke, then yes, you have to survive.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. It says here, I told her, well, beggars can't be choosers. That's her option. Either that or go hungry. She said she'd rather go hungry and hang up on me.
Oh my god.
What? No, no. How?
What?
So, am I the a-hole for offering to go get my sister groceries from the Dollar Tree? I feel like I might be the a-hole because, yes, I could give her the $40, but then I wouldn't be 100% certain that would actually go towards groceries. Here we go. Oh, yep. Yep. It's right here, right? She smokes weed. She eats a big bowl of devil's lettuce.
And that's an expensive, that's a pricey habit to have.
It is. And I've learned the hard way to never give her cash. But now I feel like an a-hole and a bad sister. Oh.
Dude.
ETA, I think I gave the wrong impression with the makes too much for food stamps comment. The quotations was because I think it's ridiculous the state denies people food stamps when they're clearly struggling. I've been in that situation too where I was only able to pay for rent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I realized I was not. I wasn't zoomed down. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Poor chat's like, we can't read it, Mari. We can't read.
We don't understand what you're saying because there's no subtitles. Like when you're watching Netflix, and you're like, oh my god, I don't know what they're saying.
Says here, ETA, I think I gave the wrong impression with the makes too much for food stamps comment. The quotations was because I think it's ridiculous the state denies people food stamps when they're clearly struggling. I've been in that situation too where I was only able to pay for rent and utilities and get my food from the food bank and I still didn't qualify. The system sucks.
Oh, I agree, definitely. Like, because someone, as I said, like, oh, someone can make, very little money, but they cross the certain like line, like threshold in the system, and they're like, oh well, you're making enough just by $1 or something. It's like, what? No, I'm still struggling.
I think when like you're doing like the food bank stuff too, like if you're struggling that bad and you still don't qualify for food stamps, I'm like, okay, but then how it's the system really sucks. It really does.
Yeah, the system is broken.
So this post actually didn't have like any qualifications just yet because this was like 8 hours ago, but it looks like here in the comments people are saying like in general, not the a-hole. The only thing I would say is so they're talking about like the food stamps, about like like what did you mean by like makes too much for like food stamps. And also someone said here stop showing me Martin Basket. Okay. Your sister can also go to the food bank, but in all likelihood, she wants that money to buy more devil's lettuce.
Yeah. Like when I read that, it was just like, it's kind of sketchy, especially since the sister didn't, I don't know if OP actually offered that. Maybe I didn't catch that, but like, I don't know if OP actually offered to go to the store and like buy groceries instead of giving the sister, I guess. Oh no, that's right, like that's the problem here. Like OP said like, oh, I don't want to give her money because she never pays anyone back. So
yeah, it looks like here they said go to the Dollar Tree. And actually like go and get and here's the thing though, like the thing that's like getting me is the whole, she's like, no, I want meatloaf, I want to have meatloaf, and I'm like, okay, so you could go to the store and get stuff for meatloaf then, and it just seems to me like OP sister just wants cash.
Like moreover, like it's not just like, oh, I want a meatloaf, it's like, oh, I don't want a peasant meatloaf from Dollar Tree, I don't want peasant meat from Dollar Tree, I want meat from like some probably, I don't know, from more expensive store. I'm not saying like fancy, very like super fancy store, but more expensive. She's like, yeah, but beggars can't be choosers. I'm sorry, like if you're hungry and this is what I offer, I would say take it, especially if you're hungry. And she just straight up went like, oh, I'd rather go hungry.
That's
like, what?
That's the part that's like kind of throwing me off, is she's just like, actually no, I would just rather go hungry at that point. And I'm just... like
she was too, I would say she was too insistent on like getting the money. Like, oh, don't buy the groceries, I want the money. So she's like,
yeah, that's the part that's like throwing me off.
Since OP knows the history, like her history with the, indulging in certain habits.
I think that's the part that really gets me. It's the whole like there's a history with it. Someone in chat was saying couldn't go to Market Basket. What's interesting is that like there's this so there's actually this grocery store that I've been to pretty recently where they do things in like bulk, and you can get like a good deal when you do things in like a massive bulk order. But overall, I feel like I'm pretty sure she wanted it for something else, you guys. I don't think she wanted groceries.
Or, like I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she is really a picky eater, because I'm like, I myself am a picky eater. And like, okay, well, yeah, I do like certain brands, but obviously if I couldn't afford it and I was just like, okay, this brand that I really like is too expensive. Well, I'm hungry. I'm not gonna get that because I need to eat something.
No, I agree with that. Especially since like I grew up very poor and like I still kind of struggle with like money now to get food. So it's like beggars can't be choosers. If I gotta eat ramen noodles every single day, which I have been for the past 2 weeks, I will.
Oh no. I mean, yeah, like if you have to survive, you have to survive. But at the same time, yeah, like it's just, Yeah, especially like, okay, you can be a picky eater, but yeah, if you just have to survive, you can't be a picky eater. Then you can be like, okay, well, for now at least I have to budget. I have to like plan it out.
Mm-mm. All right, so since this, what did you guys think? Do you think this person is the a-hole or not? I don't think so.
I would say not the 8-hole.
Oh.
I would say NDA.
Now this next one, we did get an actual
judgment.
We did get an actual judgment here. Let me take some of my mod drink.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Have to have that tea, you know. Gotta hydrate.
Wait, are you reading or am I reading?
I can read this next one.
Yeah.
I just want to take some of my tea before I continue.
No worries.
All right. Am I the a-hole for getting engaged after my brother's wedding?
Oh, is this at the wedding? Oh, this is bad. Oh, I don't like that. But the judgment is not the a-hole, so okay.
So it says here, edit, paraphrase some direct quotes and remove some potentially identifiable info. My brother and his now wife got married 3 days ago. A very small destination ceremony under 15 people total. Now my fiance and I extended our trip after everyone went home and spent a couple of days exploring the Grand Canyon, a couple hours north of the wedding where he proposed. When I shared the news with my brother and now sister-in-law, he responded with hostility, saying that it looked like we were competing.
But it's not at the wedding.
Yeah.
Like, that would be an asshole.
Yeah. And then it says here, I apologized, quickly realizing that he was advocating for my sister-in-law and that she felt hurt, although I'm truly failing to understand why. I also texted her a separate apology and explained that it was not our intent to encroach and just wanted to share the news with the family, and that it's my belief that there's room for happiness for everyone. She did not respond. Okay.
I love how we just made sounds. I was like,
In response to my apology, my brother doubled down and said the timing and the location were hurtful and that we shouldn't have planned around the wedding. And that's it. That is literally, that's the whole post. What?
Okay, like at first, I actually sort of disagreed with the judgment. But then when I read that, actually everyone already went home, the guests went home, and we just extended the trip, then I was like, okay, like it's not like everyone was still there and it was still kind of part of the celebration and you guys just extended the trip. That became your private trip, so it's not really colliding with the wedding and like celebration.
I would imagine it was probably something like, hey guys, like since you're all leaving now, we're actually gonna stay a little bit longer, just because we just want to extend our stuff. And I feel like that, providing that is how they like actually said it,
Yeah, that's true.
So it looks like the comments here is saying not the a-hole, and I can see that you're trying valiantly to understand, but I'm not sure your brother or his wife will be able to give you a good reason for their reaction. Because their reaction is wild. Sure, it's rude to propose to someone else's wedding, but that's not what happened. The fact that you and your fiance got engaged a few days after their wedding before you flew home is a totally different thing. Also, the level of hostility in that message from your brother is nasty and definitely not normal. I'm so sorry that he treats you like that. Yeah, no, like literally, I was just thinking to myself, like, okay, all you did was just be like, hey, so you guys are all gone now. He proposed. We're going to stay a little bit. And they're just like, oh, well, you know what? How dare you try to one-up me at my wedding? Screw you.
Yeah, like from my from my expertise on Reddit, I'm addicted to my asshole. Don't judge me too much. But I've seen stories, where someone proposes at the wedding, at someone else's wedding. That's bad. That's obviously, you're the asshole, don't do that. I can kind of understand the bride. I think the bride here was like, this whole trip is our wedding. And I feel like, oh, because it's right after, she thought like, oh, they wanna one up me. Or like she still considers like, oh, because they're in that like in that place, like, oh, it's still part of the wedding, even if we all left.
I just feel like,
which is irrational, but
bro, who views this stuff as a competition? Like, that's what I want to know.
I don't see, like, people do. That's why we have so many of those stories.
It's crazy. People in here were just basically rehashing the same thing, just be like, yeah, not the a-hole, because like, yeah, that's just so weird. You didn't steal any of their thunder. Like, literally, like, they're just like, you didn't steal any of their thunder. Congratulations. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about this. Or
also, like, I kind of agree with Draconic Warrior in the chat. The thing is, it sounds like both the poster and the fiance knew that they were going to be engaged, so it was planned. While they could have let the other couple know, it was also a private matter. Yeah, so like, I'm kind of on the fence here. I wouldn't say like completely not the asshole. I would say like everyone sucks here.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because they planned it. It's not like, yeah.
Oh, you know what? Now that you're actually, wow. Brain cells, where are they? I have none.
Brain cells.
I didn't even think about that. Dang.
Yeah, I would say like ESH, so everyone sucks here.
Let's
like, don't overreact. It wasn't at your wedding, but at the same time, the other couple, like, come on now, like, just wait, just organize your own trip or something. Like, just do it at a different time. Like, it's just gonna hurt someone. Like, you didn't have to, or don't share with your family immediately after it happened.
Yeah, like my
because
question
it was
is,
so close to the wedding.
Yeah, like, why bother saying anything at all?
Yeah, just don't for a while, like, wait a week or two and just be like, oh, okay, you know, now we can tell them.
Let's see here. I'll pop up one of your stories. Oh, speaking of everyone sucks, huh?
Yeah, everyone sucks here. Wait, okay. Oh, this one's okay. That's not too. Okay, so am I the asshole for giving my stay-at-home mom wife a written performance review? Oh shit, performance review with suggested areas needing improvement.
Wait.
Shit.
I'm sorry. A written performance review.
Yeah, a written performance review. Oh my god, for a stay-at-home mom.
Well,
oh boy. Well, we'll see what's gonna happen. Okay, so I, 33 male, share one child, 6 female, with my wife, 36 female. She has another daughter, 13 female, that lives with us full time. We also have custody of our niece, 15 female, full house. The teens are each other's best friends. They share a large bedroom, which was done at their request. The dynamic here is pretty much mom and the youngest against the teens, with me being the referee between everyone. Yeah, there's a lot of people in the house.
Actually, wait a minute. That is a lot of people. Hold on. That's like 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. And then oh my,
and
that
two
is
teens, including 2 teenagers. That's yeah, it's gonna be hands full.
It's Full House 2.0.
Handful, yeah. A handful of kids and just like a handful to handle. Okay, so my wife has taught the youngest she can blame others for her actions to avoid consequences.
Wait, what?
She just, yeah, this is horrible. And it's a 6-year-old. Don't teach that. Don't teach a child that. Like, come on.
Wait, is that like real though? Like, I guess we'll have to keep reading to see if like, what do you mean by teaching them that? Or is that just like perceived? Okay.
Well, you know. Okay, so she just says the word. One of the teens will get punished without question. There's no doubt she is my wife's favorite. I love her, but she's becoming nothing more than an entitled brat. As just a mere example, my wife and I had an appointment we both needed to attend. When we came back, it was apparent the pool had been used. They're not allowed to swim while we aren't home. As the youngest divulged, "Mommy, I was in my room coloring. I never went swimming." The teens said that was not true. She had gone swimming as well. Only the teens were punished. What? What? Okay.
I'm sorry, wait. So regardless of, okay. Just like, as someone who would constantly do things that's like, you know, kind of not listening to my parents and stuff, right? I do understand it's like the teenagers were supposed to watch the kids and be in charge of the house. Oh, well, you know you weren't supposed to go swimming, so you let this happen and whatever. Like, I totally get that, but still, I just, I'm a little conflicted by that. Like,
Yeah. Well, yeah, like you can be a troublemaker, but at the same time, just like, okay, well, this is like literally throwing your siblings under the bus. Like, why?
yeah, it's
Okay. Let's continue with the story. Let's see where this goes. Only the teens were punished. My wife refused to give the youngest any type of consequence. I later found her. I later found her wet swimming suit hidden in the garage. Oh shit! Oh, guilty as charged. My wife and I argued. I felt strongly she needed to not only be punishing for swimming but also for lying. Absolutely. Ungrateful little shit should be punished. I'm sorry.
No, you're so right. You're so right.
After a relentless disagreement, I was silenced as she gave the youngest a very minimal consequence. The lying, blaming, and favoritism ultimately caused the teens to act out, understandably. Most of their consequences are done by giving more chores, specifically the chores the 6-year-old has. Or as recent, they were removed from music lessons as a consequence. I believe they're so frustrated they don't even care when they verbally attack their mother after her unfair treatment towards them. After all, they already get blamed for and punished for things they don't even do. From my perspective, lashing out gives them a release. We've had countless tiring arguments. She'd either not see her faults, or we would agree to do this and that, but it was never actually done. I decided to write her a performance review as a stay-at-home mom. Oh, no.
I just can't stop laughing at that. That sounds like so ridiculous.
Well, you know, her areas in need of improvement, well, it was a lot. But I touched on how she needs to listen better, stop being biased, be fair, and in all her decisions, stop making rash decisions without taking all 3 kids into consideration. I recommended her to give each child the same amount of one-on-one alone time to speak or just be with one another. So it wouldn't be an entirely slap to her face. I gave her accolades on her strong points for other areas aside from parenting. I guess I felt this would work best because, oh boy, you know nothing.
Wait. Her strong points in other areas, is that like, besides parenting, is that like the wife, like a couple thing, or?
I guess so. Or maybe just like as a mom, as a wife, like, oh, maybe she, like, oh, she's well organized, like, oh, she takes care of the kids, like meals and stuff, maybe that kind of thing, like, oh, you're a great cook, like, oh, you're always, you always make sure that kids are not hungry, like that kind of, it's just like, man, it's like, yeah, keep the kids alive and fed. Okay, so I guess I felt this would work best because I could organize my thoughts on paper without her interjecting. However, it quickly backfired in my face. Who would have thought? Like, that's horrible. She was very quiet. She was quiet the first hour after I handed it to her. Then she completely exploded on me. Said if we're going to do this type of shit, she will get a private bank account and take half my paycheck every week. She further said the review was abusive and a manipulative sexist move. Am I the asshole? Yeah, I kind of agree with everyone sucks here.
Yeah.
I agree with everyone sucks here.
This is... someone's like, I'm be honest, the wife sounds like she sucks. She sounds like my grandma. The thing about this story, I think that's like getting to me is like, okay, so like you got the teens who are trying to act out. They're being little shits because they're tired of like the mom's like BS, right? And they're like, oh, this is how we'll get back at her. We'll go into the pool because even though we know we're not supposed to, we're gonna make everybody else here like go swimming and stuff, and then we're gonna see what happens. And then it's like, oh no, wait, we're the only ones getting punished. So like I can totally see that, but at the same time, it's like the mom is trying to not giving like, you gotta teach the little one, you can't lie. That's not a good thing to do.
Yeah, like I would say, I do agree with one of the viewers, Dunder. Like, oh, everyone sucks, but the wife sucks a little more.
She can't baby.
Oh, and Draconic Warrior, like she does suck a little more for the favoritism, and to begin with, like, oh, just making it so that kids are kind of against each other, and not being fair in her punishments, and just like how she addresses it. The husband, honestly, like, I'm gonna be honest, because this is like, there is no way he did not know she's gonna get upset at this form of like feedback.
Yeah, how are you with somebody for that long
like,
and think that's appropriate?
Yeah, like it was pretty passive aggressive. Like, there is no way, as an intelligent person and the breadwinner of the family, there is no way he did not know this is gonna be received badly.
Unless if your social skills are just that bad.
Yeah, maybe his social skills are just that bad. Like, okay, benefit of the doubt. That's why everyone sucks here. But yeah, like, come on. I've seen kind of like quite a couple of stories where it was like kind of similar. Like, oh, a partner, you know, one of the partners like, oh, did something like this. Like, oh, performance review, not performance review, but yeah, kind of. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen a story like this. But maybe it wasn't. It was like the other way around or something.
I think what I've seen is like, it's not a performance review, but they'll like do these little like monthly check-ins, and they'll kind of be like, hey, so how are we doing and stuff.
Yeah, or like some kind of note on the fridge, like, oh, leaving note, like passive aggressive notes, and it's just like, yeah, how do you know it's gonna piss them off? Like, don't do that. Just have a sit down and be like, okay, well, have a sit down with the whole family and be like, okay, I'm gonna be speaking right now. Like, I don't know, like just. Or go to therapy, but like
couples counseling.
Maybe have some, couples. No, for sure, couples counseling, but also like, oh, sit the whole family down and let's say, yeah, like it's gonna sound stupid, but like I've seen it in a movie, like, oh, have some kind of object where like if you're holding this object, you're speaking and no one else is interrupting you, that kind of thing. So like, oh, I am speaking now, and I'm gonna tell you guys like what's my problem and like what. Like, I think our problem is, and then everyone who gets the, I don't know, like a plushie or something, like, oh, okay, now you're speaking, and no one can interrupt.
Someone on YouTube was saying how they're like, we're talking about a man dealing with 4 girls, so, but like,
that's true.
Apparently here,
numbered.
In the comments, there's like a what's it called? I'm trying to scroll to it. Apparently in the comments here, there's some kind of like, OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the a-hole. And it was talking about how like they gave their
okay.
Stay at home. I keep, this is such a weird like acronym to me.
Stay at home mom, yeah.
I gave my stay at home mom wife a performance review solely based on her parenting efforts or lack thereof. I felt this would be an efficient way to organize my thoughts without her interjecting and arguing with me, which usually results in me not getting my points across. Oh, so you know what? Kind of like what you said about the whole, like, yeah, they definitely need some kind of couples counseling where you hold the little like plushie and it's your turn to talk. And because clearly when he tries to talk, she constantly interjects and like interrupts him based off of like what this is saying.
Yeah. Continue.
No worries. I was just gonna say, she called the review abusive, manipulative, and sexist. I didn't see it like that. Those weren't my intentions. I had even suggested she write me one in return, but she ripped up the letter and told me to shove it. I think I might be the a-hole because I should have just made a letter. I should have just made it a letter and not a performance review.
Yeah.
Buddy, no!
No, like I feel like they should have again had a sit down, like a family sit down, and yeah, like, okay, if you can't get your points across, like, or if you're having a hard time kind of like collecting your thoughts and like organizing your thoughts, you can write yourself like a note, like, you know, a list of things that you want to address and just address them during the sit down, not like write a passive aggressive note performance review.
It's literally a talking stick situation, like, I have the talking stick, it's my turn to talk.
Yeah, like I'm leaning. I definitely agree with the verdict. Like everyone sucks here. I would say the wife sucks a little bit more, for her behavior, and yeah.
I think it's kind of funny how someone's like, you know what, that 6-year-old's also an a-hole too. Because some of the comments here,
I was gonna say the 6-year-old is like the biggest asshole in this situation.
It
the asshole is the 6-year-old.
they're like, yeah, this kid just flat out lied, and how is that not on her? No matter how you slice it, the 6-year-old has issues. Ah, yes, the 6-year-old has issues. I mean,
yeah, it's
yes.
bad parenting. It's definitely bad parenting.
But it's just really funny to be like, that 6-year-old has issues. Like, oh my gosh. That's so fascinating.
They need therapy.
No, they really
all
do.
Need therapy. Like family therapy and couples counseling. Just like two. First, it's like couples counseling, and then like also family therapy.
Yeah, honestly, just learning how to communicate your feelings, guys, goes a really long way. And
don't go writing passive aggressive performance reviews, because that's just gonna piss someone off. And you're not gonna get anywhere. You're not gonna get anywhere. Like, I feel like I've seen so many stories where it's like, yeah, they write a passive aggressive note. And just like, how did you not know? Like, you knew that this is gonna piss them off. Like, that is pointless. Can you just like at least try at first to like sit down and have a talk like adults?
Yeah.
Oh, people. No wonder they turn to Reddit for like.
This is the kind of people who go to Reddit for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, this is the kind of people. Yeah.
Let me.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my okay, God. So this is one that I did. This one says, "Am I the a-hole for only getting a college graduation gift from my 28-year-old male son and not my daughter-in-law 28-year-old female?"
Oh, okay.
And the verdict was obviously a-hole, but let's find out why. So I'm a 55-year-old female, and my son, who I raised as a single mother, recently graduated from grad school. His wife, my daughter-in-law, also graduated at the same time, and I gave a special gift of a bit of cash just to my son because I'm proud of him as his mother, and I feel a sense of pride since I raised him as a single mom. I figured my daughter-in-law had her own parents to gift to her. Well, my daughter-in-law texted me saying she was really hurt that I only acknowledged my son, her husband's graduation, and not hers, as she thought she was part of the family as my daughter-in-law, and they've been together for a while. She said she didn't expect the same amount of money, of course, but just a card or something. She said she felt like I overlooked all her hard work and only saw my son's. However, I don't feel like I need to apologize or justify my choice in wanting to reward my son individually. Could I be the a-hole for overlooking my daughter-in-law's accomplishment and only acknowledging my son's?
Yeah. Like, it's I guess like I would have said like, oh, not the a-hole had the daughter-in-law like demanded money. But she didn't. She's just like, oh, like a card would have been nice.
That's the part that's getting me, right? At first I was just like, like expecting money is kind of weird, but she literally is just like you could have just sent me like a card or something. Personally, look, if this was me, you guys, and like I messed up like that, if I was like the mom, I would have been like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That completely like escaped my mind. Here, let me get you like a card. But no, it's the whole where she's just like, actually, no.
It's like, actually, no. I'm just gonna, yeah. But yeah, look, no, I agree that the OP is the a-hole. Like, you don't have just like a card, especially since the daughter-in-law didn't really ask for anything. Just like, okay, well, I acknowledge that, oh, we did the same thing, and like, oh, it would have been nice to get a card or or even like just words like, oh, a call from you saying like, hey, congratulations, that kind of thing.
That's exactly it. It looks like here. Oh, yeah, no, the comments here. Oh, man, the comments here are just going at her, dude. It says here, you are the a-hole. She's 100% right that it's more about the gesture and thought. A card would have sufficed. When my husband's graduated, his parents bought him a car. when I finished graduate school. Oh wait, you know, this is the part that was slipping my mind. They're finishing graduate school. This isn't like an undergrad. It's a graduate school, which is like a huge deal. Because, dude, just to like get your like, whether it's whatever you do with like graduates, let's say you want to become like a doctor, you go for your master's or something, and you're like going into that. That is a huge accomplishment. Like the amount of time and effort it takes to get that done. Oh, I totally get it now.
Yeah, because it's I guess graduate school is also it's a long thesis usually. I don't know, like it really differs by country. But sometimes it's like it's not only thesis like that you have to do research on, but also you have like literally a presentation in front of a panel of professors, and you have to like defend your thesis. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. Had to do that.
Oh,
sucked.
Yeah. Wait a minute. You did that? You did that?
I do have a master's.
What?
I had to do like two theses and like the defense, like I'll defend my thesis.
Oh my god. Well, first of all, congratulations. Can we get a round of applause? Like, geez, like, hello? That's
no, like it really it's I assume it's different by country. Like some countries don't have like a complicated system that you just like write the thesis. It's still a lot of work, but you know, like the thesis is usually like super long. Yeah, like some countries, like you know, like at least my first thesis was in Poland, and I had to like defend it, which was stressful because it's like, oh, a panel of like fucking professors is like sitting there, or they're sitting there and judging you, and you're standing there, it's like, oh, so this is what I wrote.
Oh my gosh. Honestly though, congratulations though. So yeah, it seems like someone was saying in chat how it just kind of felt like her accomplishment just wasn't even like recognized or acknowledged at all, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, that makes you the a-hole, honey.
It really sucks because it is, you know, it's a fair amount, like obviously depending on it really depends on like what studies, like what are your studies, you know, the oh god, I don't know, the department or whatever, like whatever you're studying, right? Like it really depends, like the thesis or the system really depends on that. Some are more difficult, the others are like a little bit easier, but it's still a lot of work. So again, like she wasn't really demanding a lot of money or anything really. She just wanted a card. Like, hey, it would have been nice to just hear a word of like, oh, okay, congratulations, we're proud of you, that's it.
It seems like here for the comments they said like they got me like a grocery store orchid. I was incredibly touched by them considering me. So yeah, like something small like flowers. Like your choice to reward your son individually with money is not what's in question here. It's your choice to not celebrate your daughter-in-law's accomplishment. That is the issue. So the fact that you typed this sentence is telling. I don't feel like I need to apologize or justify my choice in wanting to reward my son individually. It just makes it clear you don't even respect her enough to listen to her about what she's actually getting upset about. This is the equivalent of getting your son an elaborate gift for Christmas and nothing at all for your daughter-in-law, and then saying, I don't think I need to apologize or explain why I wanted to get my son a gift. She's asking you to apologize and or explain why you completely ignored her accomplishment, not to get a defensive about your right to celebrate your son's accomplishments. Yeah, you know what? That right there. I hate when people do that kind of stuff. Like, okay, it's one thing if it's like a girlfriend and like you guys aren't even that serious, like whatever. It's like, still, that's really cool and stuff. Like even still, you should still say like congratulations. But I hate if you've been together with somebody for a long time and they get they get just you something and not your significant other when you two have been clearly together for a long time. It's like, it's kind of weird,
especially they're married. It's not like they're boyfriend and girlfriend, you know, like, it's not like, it's a informal relationship. It's like literally it is your daughter-in-law, it's your son's wife. And they did the same thing. Like, okay, you don't have to get them the same thing, but still a congratulations would be nice. And a card would be nice.
I agree. It says here, no one is questioning you getting your son an individual gift. She simply pointed out that it was thoughtless and a bit rude to do nothing to acknowledge her accomplishments too. You clearly saw graduation as something to honor and celebrate, and trying to justify it by saying you were a single mom and she has her own parents is problematic, especially if her parents have been welcoming to your son, which which they potentially have. I didn't even think about that. Neither of their graduations from graduate school are primarily about you. Both of them put in the hard work. Both of them are your family. Obviously, you might do more for a son than a daughter-in-law, but celebrating one and completely ignoring the accomplishments of the other is not great. And it's a little worrisome that you tried to imply the reason you want to honor your son's accomplishment more is because you see them as an extension of your own. It's giving main character energy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, main character syndrome. Nice.
Oh, man. This is one of those situations where you're telling your daughter-in-law that you don't actually consider her family at all, which may seem small, but has some longer-term impacts if she and your son do stay married for many years. Even if you're purely as selfish as you come across here with this one post, there will probably come a point where she won't consider you to be family either after small incidents like this happen repeatedly, and if they have children or you ever need elder care, expect to lose out. No, that's true.
Oh, I'm calling it now. And I don't know when was this post? When was this posted? Was it a long time ago?
13
or was it just,
days ago.
Recently?
13 days ago.
Okay, I'm calling it now. In a couple of months, we're gonna see the exact same user coming here asking, "Am I the asshole for getting upset with my daughter-in-law for not celebrating my birthday, but celebrating her mother's birthday?"
Oh my god.
And it's gonna be like, oh, my daughter-in-law gave her mom, took her out for dinner and bought her like an elaborate present, an elaborate birthday gift. But when it came to my birthday, she didn't even send me a card. I wasn't asking for much.
That also.
Oh my god.
I think it's really funny how
the tables have turned.
Yeah. She's 55 years old and she's on Reddit, like asking this, and I'm like,
Yeah,
how?
It's like, dude, just are you 55 or 5? What's
Literally.
going on?
Literally. Well, all right. Let's see. I'll pull up one. I'll put one.
Oh, okay.
That you did, which is another a-hole post. Let's go.
Yeah. The lasagna discourse. Okay, so am I the asshole for taking my girlfriend's lasagna home when she said I could? My girlfriend and I are both college students. She lives in an apartment on her own, and I live with my parents. On Sunday, my girlfriend made homemade lasagna for our date night. She made everything from scratch, including the noodles. Oh, holy shit.
Whoa, okay, wait.
Whoa.
How difficult is it to make noodles?
Yeah, it's like dough, and then you have a machine. Like there's kind of like this rolling. It's not. I mean, it can be like an electric device, but it just like kind of flattens it out and cuts it for you. Or you can do it on your own. Like you just roll it flat and then you cut out the squares.
Is that that's really time consuming, right?
Yeah. Like because I know how to make a dough for dumplings. So it is really time consuming.
Guys, she has a master's. She knows how to make dumplings. What are we doing here?
That's all I could do. I sometimes still mess it up. So sometimes it just doesn't turn out well. So it's okay. But yeah, like there's, like I actually went to like one time I visited my friend and he actually was like super excited to get me to try his spaghetti or like pasta, and I was like, why are you so excited about pasta? Turns out that he was literally making the pasta in front of me. Like he made the pasta in front of me. I was like, what? Like, holy shit, like you could do that? It's like, yeah, he has like this machine that just kind of cuts it, like rolls it out, like you can roll it out and cut it, and it cuts it, and it just like turns out really great.
Can I fly over and try some good food from you guys? Like, gosh, do you want to do a cat pet?
Sure. Sure, come. We can eat a lot of dumplings and noodles and pasta, homemade pasta.
I would love that.
Okay.
It says
so. It was
Oh no, sorry, I forgot you're the one reading it.
No, it's okay. I mean, go ahead. Okay, so it was really good. So after we finished, I asked if I could take the lasagna home for my family to try. She said yes. When I left that night, I took the tray of lasagna with me. My girlfriend, I know where this is going. My girlfriend didn't walk me out, so she didn't see me take the tray. On Monday, I got a text from my girlfriend asking where her lasagna was. I told her I had taken it home for my family. She said, I thought you were going to take some. Yeah, this is what I thought. I thought you were going to take some, not the whole thing. I spent most of my food budget for the week on it, with the intention to eat leftovers for the rest of the week.
No.
Now I don't know what I'm gonna eat. Oh yeah, like I knew this was gonna happen. Like the technicalities.
No.
Like never actually specified like, oh, I'm gonna take the rest of it home. And she thought, right, like miscommunication. And she thought like, oh, he means some. Like, oh, just cut a piece.
Oh my God.
Oh boy. Okay, so I felt bad and apologized, but pointed out that I had asked her if I could take it home, and she didn't tell me that I couldn't take the whole tray. Like, oh, come on.
Bro, stop.
Stop. Like, you know that this was, you knew what you were doing. Okay. Or unless he's like really clueless. She said it should have been obvious that I shouldn't take the whole thing since the tray was so big. To be fair to her, it was a really big tray. My family of 5 only just finished the tray yet. They finished it! Holy shit. Okay, only just finished the tray yesterday after eating it for dinner both nights. Hold up!
Wait, hold on.
So you were having that argument and you were still, meanwhile, your family was still eating the lasagna? Stop eating the lasagna!
For both nights. So the tray was big enough for a family of 5 for 2 nights. 2 nights! That's a big tray of lasagna.
And I bet that the girlfriend and him like just had 1 serving per person that night.
Yeah.
So the rest of it was left.
That's wow.
Oh, this guy knew. Oh my God. Like, are you really that? I'm sorry for like insulting him, but are you really that stupid? Like you really didn't figure out, hey, maybe I shouldn't take the whole freaking tray that seems like she made it for the rest of the week. Maybe I should just ask for a piece.
The answer is yes. He really was that stupid.
Yeah, I guess he's stupid. But I don't think the size of the tray makes it obvious that I shouldn't take it.
Stop!
Yes, it does.
Oh my God!
It absolutely does. Monday night and last night, my girlfriend complained that she had to eat instant noodles, oh my God, for dinner, so that she wouldn't blow her food budget. Today, she is asking me if I can buy her a sandwich since I took her leftovers for the week. It sucks that she spent her food budget on the lasagna, but I think this is her fault. Oh, for not being clear that I shouldn't take the whole thing. No, you shouldn't have been an idiot.
So he won't buy her a sandwich after she said, hey, that was all supposed to be for like me, and being like, oh, well, you know what? It's your fault.
Yeah. Like I would have, oh my God, just like I would have immediately offered like, hey, okay, I'm so sorry for this. Let me get you a full lasagna. Let me just buy it like it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be homemade, but you know, I'm gonna buy you just give it back to you, right? Like
at the very
least equivalent.
The ingredients to remaking new lasagna.
Yeah, or help her, like, oh yeah, or ingredients. Yeah, that's true. Just like, oh, let me buy the ingredients for you and we can make it again. Like you can make it again.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bruh. I think after this post he's single. I don't think he's in a relationship anymore. Okay. I don't think she is justified in asking me to buy her lunch because of it. Oh my God. She called me an asshole for not being willing to help her out. Am I the asshole?
Yes. Yes, you are. Oh my God.
I get, like in one of the comments, the first comment said, you're the asshole, but only for not hooking her up with food to eat since you took her meal plan for the week. Like, I get the miscommunication that happened, but you should have fixed that issue immediately and helped her out with some real food, guy. Yeah, like that's absolutely, I 100% agree. Like, okay, there was a miscommunication, just apologize, be like, hey, oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, I misunderstood. Let me buy you food, let me buy you groceries, let me buy you ingredients for another lasagna, and let's fix that.
And I think the thing that's really getting me is the fact that he's like doubling down, because I think what happened is miscommunication, right? And part of me wonders, is this like a male pride thing where maybe his ego got hurt because he felt like he was dumb for miscommunicating or misunderstanding? So because his ego got hurt, he's like, you know what? Actually, it's your fault, and I'm not going to help you out because you should have been more clear. You should have told me exactly how much I should have said. Like, I don't know how else to summarize that other than it sounds like his ego got hurt because he was wrong.
Yeah, like, okay, at the very, very beginning, like the first situation, I would be like, okay, well, you both misunderstood. Let's say there was a miscommunication. Fine, this can be still like very easily fixed. But then he just like tripled down, just saying, no, it's your fault. You weren't specific. You didn't tell me. It's like, you have to be told. Like, you see that the tray is very big. You have to be told.
It doesn't even tell us their age. It tells me like, how old is this guy? I need to know.
How old is this person?
Oh my God. I think the thing that gets me too is like, OP said that because what's it called? Degrees was saying in the chat how it took 2 days to eat it, right? Why didn't he take the rest home after the first day? Like, bring it back to her house. No, exactly.
Because she texted him didn't she text him the following day or something?
It says here.
Yeah, on Monday. Oh no, on Sunday. So the dinner was on Sunday.
On Monday.
So the next day, she texted him, hey, where is the lasagna? That's like at this time when she texted him, his family is still eating the lasagna for the next day. Like, they finished it on Tuesday.
That is so, yeah, no, this guy.
So this discourse is happening. Meanwhile, the family is just like, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you because I'm eating the lasagna. Lasagna is just like.
People are saying it's not necessarily a male.
Like, scold him?
Here's how much you want to bet he didn't even tell them?
Yeah, he didn't. He totally didn't.
So chat was saying it's not a male pride thing. It's just like a pride thing. I don't know. It's just, I think maybe. It's weird how he's just like, how little do you have to view your partner to like say that kind of stuff? That is just what's bothering me about it. I'm like, bro, I hope divorce him, get rid of him, dump him. You deserve better than that.
But yeah, he said something. Okay, so I'm looking at his responses. I just kind of clicked on his
Wait, he responded to this?
Yeah, so I look at his responses. There's like a couple. If you click on his username, you will have like all of his responses. So
did he name himself Lasagna? Negative 100 karma.
Oh my God, he owes Reddit. He owes Reddit.
Wait. Oh my gosh, are you seeing this right now? All he's commented on, this was a 6-year-old post, right? The only things he said on this Reddit is comments responding to this situation.
Yep. I think it was like a throwaway account, like, just for this. So one of the comments, like, I'm pretty sure I said, can I take lasagna home? My parents would love to try it. Yeah, this is the key. When you say like, oh, my parents would love to try it, this signals to me, oh, he wants to take a piece home. You know, for them to try, not like, oh, let me take the whole tray so that they can have a feast for 2 nights.
Yeah,
that is horrible. Like, how do you not understand? How do you not like?
And then he's like, oh, thanks, I'll buy her lunch. And like, I decided I'll buy her lunch today, but I'm a little worried that she'll keep asking for the rest of the week. Oh, boo freaking who? You ate her lasagna.
Yes, she will keep asking for the rest of the week because you took away her food for the week.
How do you not feel bad about that?
Dude, girlfriend, if by some miracle you end up in this stream, you know, watching us VTubers judging your boyfriend, then I hope he's not your boyfriend anymore.
Yeah, for real.
I hope you kicked him out, because wow.
All right, well.
Oh wow.
That was interesting. Okay, so this one we got a not the a-hole, but the title says here, am I the a-hole for leaving my mother's party after she insulted my daughter?
Oh boy.
All right, so I, 36-year-old female, have a stepdaughter, 14 female, named Anna. Her father and I married when Anna was 2. I consider her to be my real daughter in every way that matters and love her just as much as my biological children, which, you know, is very sweet. Yeah. Most of my family adores Anya. She's a very sweet and hardworking girl who does her best to make them proud. However, my mother, 55-year-old female, appears to not. She's never outright said that she dislikes my daughter or why, but I've always thought it's because Anya wasn't my biological child. I've been teaching Anya to cook for a few years now. She asked me last year if she could start bringing her cooking to family gatherings and potlucks, and of course I agreed. My mother started critiquing Anya's dishes. It began with just suggesting she adds different spices or cooks an ingredient a little longer, but over the past few months it's been getting worse. She doesn't criticize the dishes of any family members.
Oh my god.
This Thanksgiving, she told Anya, or I don't know why I want to keep calling her Anya. Her name is Anna.
It's okay.
I got that, what's it called? The Spy Family?
Yeah, Anya.
She told Anna that the casserole she made was disgusting and inedible.
Oh.
I told my mother...
Wait, how old is Anna?
14.
Oh my god. Can you not?
Yup.
14.
14. I told my mother to stop criticizing Anna and that she was doing her best, but she just brushed me off, which was the final straw. My family was in town this week to celebrate my mother's birthday. I had some curry that my mother had made about 6 months ago and given me to freeze. So I reheated it and brought it to the party and told everyone Anna had worked very hard to make it just like her grandmother always did. Oh my god.
Oh, the petty trick.
Immediately, my mother started criticizing the curry, saying how Anna had added too much spice and overcooked the chicken.
Ooh.
She even went so far as to tell Anna that she should stop bringing food to potlucks altogether.
Oh my god, this is going down.
I hadn't originally intended to make a big deal out of this, but that comment crossed the line. I informed my mother that it was her own curry that I had reheated and Anna had not actually cooked it. She immediately started sputtering and backpedaled, saying she was just trying to give constructive criticism and make Anna a better cook. But I knew she didn't really believe it. I asked her why she would treat my own stepdaughter so badly, and she admitted that she didn't see Anna as her real grandchild. See, there we go. That is so messed up, bro. Like, that is...
There it is.
She is 14 years old. It does not matter if it doesn't matter if this is your child or grandchild or not. You do not talk to a 14-year-old like that. That's awful.
Because especially like unwarranted, you know, like that wasn't called for.
Yeah. This was the final straw for me. I found my husband, Anna, and my other children and told them we had to leave, explaining what my mother said. We probably won't be attending any family gatherings for the foreseeable future either. My mother has gone full scorched earth on Facebook, and most family members have taken her side. She says that I ruined her party by leaving and that I destroyed our relationship for someone who isn't even my real child.
Oh my god. Man.
My husband is on my side, but he thinks that we shouldn't have left the party since I'd already proven my point. No. See, I guess I'll do a little bit of lore drop here. I know what it's like to be Anna as the child who's not biologically related to people, and like when it comes to like my my other siblings, my younger brother's father does this exact same thing to me, where him and his family, they view me as this disgusting Satan like spawn child, and like they don't view me as their family at all. Like growing up, they were very, very mean to me constantly. I would always get in trouble for everything and like would always be berated for every little thing that I would do. And it was literally because I'm not a biological child in their eyes. He's technically my half brother. This isn't like a step brother like situation. He's my half brother. And they still viewed me as not part of the family. And it was awful. And
Jesus.
Looking back on my life with that, and I think about like how they treated me growing up, I was like, wow, that's exactly how they would treat me and stuff. And like dude, it doesn't matter. Like if someone's half related or a step or like married in or something, you still treat them like as part of the family. It's fucked up to like not do that and like go as far as be like, well, that's not my real grandchild. Do you know how much that must hurt her?
I mean, I'm sure she's like just 14. Come on, like she also doesn't get like why. I mean, yeah, like at first she probably was confused, like, oh, why are they so mean to me? Like, why?
Yeah.
What did I do? What wrong? Like, what could I have possibly done that's like so wrong?
Like, How do you break that to a 14-year-old?
I have to say like, oh, okay, well, the family, fine. If you don't view her as part of the family, whatever, like she's not biological daughter, okay, you don't have to announce it. Well, not announce it, but like you don't have to show it like that. Just be cordial, be normal. Just, okay, you don't, I don't know, like you don't have to be an asshole about it.
My question is, why does it really matter?
You don't have to bring this an issue or like even like raise this issue. Like if it's an issue for you, like you don't have to bring it to attention or like you don't have to treat a child like that. Like just don't.
It looks like here.
You can think whatever you think, like, right? Like, oh, your thoughts are your own, your feelings are your own. Fine. But just don't do that shit to a child.
Yeah. Apparently, OP left some clarifications on this saying, I left my mother's party in response to her critiquing my stepdaughter, which might make me the a-hole for overreacting. So, like, they're trying to say that, like, she's the a-hole for overreacting and being like, well, that's not even, like, she's not really part of the family. Like, dude, like, this is something that my nephew also struggles with, too, is, like, he had, like, a similar issue with this, too, where, like, his, like, my oldest nephew, his father is different than my two youngest nephews. And the dad's side of that family treats him the same exact way where they're like, well, he's not even really part of the family. And I'm like,
man, like, what is wrong with people?
I'm like, I will come over there and I will beat your ass. But no, like, literally, it's like, what do you mean my nephew's not really part of the family? Like, what is wrong with these people? Like, it's so gross. Like, bro, keep it in the family. Am I right, guys? Like, geez, that's disgusting. So gross.
Like, okay, to me, it really depends on the feelings of, like the main person in the situation. So like in this situation, the 14-year-old daughter, because it's really different. Sometimes the stepkids, they don't want to bond with the step family, right? Like they have a different kind of emotions about it. They don't want to bond with that step family. Okay, well, that's right, like that's their choice. Don't force it, because sometimes it's like the other way around. Like, oh, the stepkid doesn't want to bond with the family, like they don't view the family as their family, and they're like, okay, well, this is awkward, I don't really want to be close to them. And then the parent is like forcing them, like forcing the bond, right? Like forcing them to bond with them. And that's also an issue, right? Like it really depends on that kid. Like, does the kid want to bond with that family or not? And it seems like this stepdaughter, like she really wants to be a part of this family. She actually like, oh, she wants to build a bond. So just like, don't be an asshole.
Someone was saying how, like, if someone is being really disrespectful for you and offends you, you can't get upset if they don't want to stick around at the party after that. It's like, how do you, it's like, you literally said, oh, well, that's not even my real grandchild. Like, what do you wanted to just sit there and eat that? That's like just so weird. Yeah,
it's just like, like the stepmom is not the asshole. None of them are the asshole for like leaving the party. She wanted to protect her daughter, that stepdaughter that she considers her daughter, and that's beautiful. And I think that's how a parent should be. Her family is definitely the asshole. So.
And one more person was saying, what's it called? It's really petty that the mom went on Facebook to like. Which we all know. We all know.
That's such a boomer thing to do.
Yeah. And we all know the mom.
It's like, of course, Facebook rant.
Oh, yeah. And we all know that the mom definitely probably fabricated something too, being like, oh, like they were so awful and mean to me.
Oh, yeah,
Like, grow up.
Like, yeah, to be fair, if we're gonna be fair, okay, fine. We also know technically one part of the story, one side of the story. We also know just this side of the story. Fine. But yeah, like it sounds like it's either way. Even if there is there are some details that would like redeem the mother-in-law. I don't know, not mother-in-law, the grandma. A little bit. I feel like she's still the asshole for kind of shitting, especially like that last situation, because it's right, like it's not about the food. It was just to criticize and to kind of diminish her efforts to criticize the stepdaughter. It's like, yeah, like it was never, right? Like the food was just fine.
I feel like what's a really good comment in this is this one right here where it says, not the a-hole, you're just sticking up for Anna, but you're protecting her from what amounts to verbal abuse. Plus, you're drawing a line with your mom that some behavior isn't acceptable. That's always a good line to take, especially with parents and in-laws that don't grok the idea that they can't do whatever they want and treat people like crap with impunity. And then someone else commented saying, not the a-hole, that was a brilliant trick. It made the point so obvious that your mother sputtered in shame, and that is exactly why your mother is on social media trying to recruit a gang of flying monkeys. Jump on her to post and ask her why she uses family gatherings to roast your daughter. Ask her if she envies her youth and her sweet, polite nature. Then ask her if she's so confident that she's in the right, then why is she grievancing, vomiting all over social media, practically begging for backup and support and consensus? Tell her that happy and well-adjusted people are confident in their actions and don't need a chorus of people telling them they are right. Then ask if she desperately needs a hug, and that's why she's competing with and bullying a 14-year-old girl whom she knows you love. Maybe even explain to her that love is not finite, that love for others doesn't mean less love for her. If she's religious, then throw in that handy-dandy do unto others thing and tell her you've decided to treat her like she treats her daughter. Now, why would that upset you? Oh, you're admitting that you treat her badly? Punctuation is important. Yep. No, I agree.
Yep. No, I agree. I 100% agree. And it was, it was a petty method to kind of expose the grandma. But honestly, I am here for the pettiness. So be petty.
That is why we're on Reddit.
That is why we're on Reddit. Exactly. The grandma is definitely in the wrong here, and just and I do like that comment that mentioned, have clear boundaries, right? Like just let those family members know that, hey, you can't do whatever you want, and this is where I set the boundaries, and if you don't respect that, then we're gonna go maybe lower contact.
Yeah, I agree. After the end of the day, it's your kids. If you don't want someone talking to your kid that way, bottom line is you get to make that decision because it's your kid. This one is one of the ones that you picked.
The lactose one? Oh shit. Okay, so am I the asshole for switching to regular milk to prove my lactose intolerant roommate keeps stealing from me? I really like the title because I'm like, this can go both ways. This can really go like any way. Okay.
Can we just talk about how the username is Got Milk?
Okay, that's great. That was the ad campaign, right? Like it used to be like an ad campaign, like a commercial. I think like Got Milk, and like celebrities had like a milk mustache.
Yep, and they would pair with like Oreos too, because there was that's how they would try to sell people to drink more milk.
Nice. Okay, so me and two other guys share an apartment together, and we split all the bills. The only thing we don't split costs on is groceries. Everyone's in charge of buying their own food, and we don't touch whatever doesn't belong to us in the fridge. We put our names on everything so no one gets mixed up. This issue has been going on for almost a year, and I am sick of it. One of my roommates, keeps stealing my food. I get home from work, and containers with my leftovers are sometimes missing. They have my name written on it. Or my stuff finishes too quick. My gallon of milk, for example. I buy almond milk because I like the taste, but it seems to finish after a week, even though I've only drank once or twice. Oh yeah. I confronted R about this lots of times, and that's caused a lot of arguments. He outright denies it and tells me I'm crazy, even though it's so obvious. What if it turns out that there was like hobo in the walls?
Oh my. Okay. The amount of times I've heard like on Reddit stories where people are like, oh, there was somebody living in my walls and they just started taking my stuff. It is actually scary how common that is happening. I'm actually like
in crawl space.
No.
Yep. Well, what if this is the plot twist of this story? Like, oh, actually, it wasn't your roommate R. It was like a hobo in the walls.
We're in your walls, Chad. Better watch out. We're gonna drink your milk.
Yep. Just be very careful. Just keep track of your food, because you never know.
Or buy a mini fridge.
So, yeah, that's true. Okay, so my other roommate and I carpool together because we both work the same early morning shifts around the same area, so I know it's not him. It's always after we get back home and ours already left for work that I notice my food's gone. My roommates also had a similar problem, but not as often as I do. I'm guessing because R doesn't like what he buys. Then why does he buy it?
Just buy your own food, bro.
Oh no, wait, that means R doesn't like what the roommate buys.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I misunderstood. I thought like R doesn't like his own food. She's like, then buy something else. The funny thing is, R buys a lot for himself and is even more stingy about his food.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh my god. Yeah, so he's stingy about his food. He will literally point out what's his when he comes back from grocery shopping and tells us not to touch it.
Okay, bro. All right.
Okay.
Now this guy is definitely the a-hole because I'm just like, okay, so not only are you like being like, don't touch my food, but I can touch your guys.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is mine, but also like, and don't touch it, but also I'm gonna snack on your food.
Oh my god.
Okay, so last week my milk was nearly empty again and I got fed up. I went to the liquor store and bought, I thought like you bought like maybe some like milk colored tequila or something. Like,
wait,
hey.
that's like a thing? That's a thing?
No, I think there is an alcohol that's like kind of white that looks like milk. Is it Malibu? No. Hello.
Is it rum chata? Oh, no. White Russians?
There is something that's like, oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Well, anyway. I drank what was left of my almond milk and refilled the gallon with the one I bought. This was to catch/prove R is the one stealing since he is lactose intolerant. The next day, Saturday, we get back from work and R is pissed. He yelled at me that he was stuck in the bathroom for 40 minutes with diarrhea because of my milk. He was using it to make a shake. I only responded with, so then you're the one who's been stealing. Such a petty method. I love it. He freaking exploded with diarrhea. Or
oh my god! The diarrhea.
Well, explosive diarrhea, I guess.
That's too funny.
That's pretty hilarious. Okay, so yeah, he admitted he was sometimes drinking my milk and eating my food, but he was more mad that I switched milks than the fact that he was caught. I told him I wouldn't have done that if he had just stopped taking my stuff from the fridge, or at least told the truth instead of trying to make it seem like I was making it up. My roommate backed me up and thought it was kind of funny. He got payback for stealing from us. It's a little tense right now, and my roommate told me R is trying to convince him to agree to kick me out.
What?
Oh my god. What the fuck? Okay, that's too petty. Little does he know, we are both looking to move somewhere else together because we are sick of this shit. That is very, that's justified. That is absolutely justified. I told some buddies that what happened, and a few think I was an asshole for that. I feel like I'm not in the wrong here. He was taking my food and not even owning up to it, and I wanted to prove it. So does that make me the asshole? I will just say one line. Fuck around and find out.
That's so true.
That is so true. The essence of this post. Fuck around and find out. The R is just, yeah.
I don't understand like the buddies who are just like, actually, you're kind of the a-hole for this. But I'm just kind of like, why? He literally was lying. And then not only that, but straight up gaslighting you. Like he was gaslighting OP, being like, no, you're clearly going crazy. Yeah, like, no one's touching your food, bro. Yeah,
like, especially since they had, I would have kind of thought that it's okay, well, it's kind of in the gray area if there was no clear rule and they are sharing the groceries. Because it's like, well, you guys are pitching in to buy the weekly groceries. That means like everyone can drink the milk, right? Like, okay, well, he's drinking a little bit more. Okay, then have a sit down and be like, hey, like you're drinking the milk really fast. Like, can we like do like compromise somehow? No, This is like very clearly they have rules. Everyone buys their own stuff and don't touch anyone else's stuff. That's it.
Oh my god.
So
yeah, people
fucked around, found out.
Oh man, that's
the people are saying not the asshole. As you said, if R wasn't stealing your food, he wouldn't have had a problem.
I like this very one. Classic. How dare you make me face the consequences of my own actions?
Yeah. God, I love that. Oh, this is great. Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly, right? Like, it's like in Princess Bride. Like, you're trying to steal you're trying to take what I've rightfully stolen.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Jeez.
Oh my god.
I can't with these people,
just
man.
face the consequences. and he exploded with diarrhea on him.
Ooh. Yep. Ooh.
And someone, yeah.
Oh, no, you can go ahead. You go ahead.
Someone else said, not the asshole, it's your food. You could have put your medicine in it, or even your pet's medication in it. You could have put a laxative in it. Well, I mean, doesn't make a difference because he still had diarrhea. Or even syrup of ipecac? I don't know what that. I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
IPECAC.
Is it a laxative?
Some medication, probably. Oh. Yeah, probably. And I would still say not the asshole. When people steal food, lie about it, and don't replace it, they reap what they sow. Food is expensive, especially milk substitutes. Oh yeah, almond milk is expensive. Without replacing the food, he was essentially stealing money from your wallet. Yep.
No, that's pretty much all it is. It's a
very classic story too. Like I see a lot of those stories about like lunches at the office, like at someone's office, right? Like, oh, everyone brings their lunch, and like a coworker is stealing from you. And yeah, like I've seen a couple of stories where they literally put laxatives in it.
Dude, that is like actually creepy though. Like
it's a coworker. It's not even like a roommate.
Also, like it's a random coworker in my opinion, because if I get like icky vibes from that, 'cause it's like, dude, you don't know what your coworker does. You don't know what's in your coworker's mouth or body and stuff. Like, dude, I remember when I worked at the coffee shop, there was this one of my like store managers who like straight up did not wash his hands. Like,
whoa!
Like he would do this like because you know, in order to be compliant and stuff, you have to wash your hands every single time you touch something different. It doesn't matter how annoying it gets. You have to wash your hands. And he would like do this thing where he would just go into the sink water that you would have publicly, and he would just kind of like lightly rinse under the water and then make people's drinks. And I would like, oh my God, it would ick me out so much. And I'm like, and then he would go and like he would go eat his food, right? So I could never imagine wanting to like steal like that guy's food and like eat from it. You don't know what your coworkers are doing with their hands, you guys. Oh,
that's also like because he works with drinks. Like that's also terrible because like what if someone actually has like I don't know super strong like super bad allergy to dairy, and then he maybe spilled milk on his hands and then he handles I don't know how that would work, but like let's say he handles some snacks, some like scones or something, and like some milk gets on it, and and a person has like a bad reaction to it.
I like this comment here where someone's like, tell him you are now switching to human breast milk. And then someone said, careful, he might actually like that. He sounds like a big baby.
Oh,
yeah. He's a big baby.
Okay, that's hilarious. It'd be like, hey, that's actually breast milk. Oh my God.
This was a new one, actually. This one was 11 hours? No, 12 hours. 12 hours ago.
10 hours. Yeah. 12 hours ago.
So there's no deciding factor on this one. Am I the a-hole for calling my stepson my daughter's brother? This is like reverse psychology from the other post with like the mom.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I have, at least in my eyes, 2 kids. One is my daughter, Jenny, 19 female, and one is my stepson, Ajax. I married Ajax's mother, Maya, when he was 8, and we mutually agreed to taking each other's children as our own. To begin with, everything was perfect. Jenny and Maya got along well, and while there was some tension with the kids, it appeared to just be normal sibling rivalry. Things like getting in each other's rooms, hogging the TV, and the like. Oh, Maya died when Ajax was 13. Oh, leaving him an orphan, so I took legal custody. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Wait. Oh,
his mom died. Ajax's mom died.
Oh my God, that's so sad. That's actually really interesting. Just real tangent. Whoever like the other biological parent is, clearly they weren't able to take custody. So it's interesting that this person was able to take legal custody. That's fascinating.
I mean, it's possible that the father of like Ajax's father is also not in the picture. Like he's either dead or maybe there's no other family. And and they were married, so
as had always been planned between Maya and I. This was not a visible change, only a paper one. Ajax had always been part of the family. However, the loss of Maya was of course very difficult, and Jenny reacted especially badly to it, lashing out at Ajax. While we did sort it out through family therapy, Ajax never really forgave Jenny for the things she said. And Jenny showed no interest in getting him to forgive her, even occasionally making jabs about her mother still being alive while his was not. Oh my god, come on.
And he's 13. Wait, is he 13 now or is
now,
he? 'Cause Jenny is 19.
It says here now it's 16 and 19.
Oh, 16. Okay. Yeah.
Now at 16 and 19, they don't talk much, but assure me that they don't hate each other. I don't know, Mom or Dad. I think they hate each other.
Yeah, I think it's not great.
Jenny came to talk to me the other day about how she could go about getting Ajax to move past everything. I was surprised and very excited since she's never shown any hint of remorse before. I told her a couple of things about being genuine and explaining her actions while not excusing them. This seemed to be going well until I tried to finish it off on a good note. I said that Ajax was her brother and he wouldn't hold a grudge forever and not to worry. This made her what's it called? Give me 1 second here. This made her suddenly very angry, telling me Ajax was not her brother and she had no interest in making up with him. She then left and has since then not been speaking to me. Am I the a-hole? I feel so lost.
See, I mean, Jenny is the a-hole for sure. Like my
question is, why are we doing this whole why are we doing this whole like, well, my mom's still alive thing? What is up with that? What's up with that?
Yeah, it's like, oh, at least my mom is alive. It's like, what? Why would you say that? And it's not like she's, because I was gonna say like, oh, if she's like a child, like younger, but she's 19. You know what you're saying. Like, you're 19. Come on.
Yeah, Jenny, you know, at some point in your life, you gotta realize that, like, at the end of the day, things like these shouldn't matter. Because when you die, like, what are you gonna be remembered by from others? That you're an a-hole being like, yeah, you're not really family related. That's how people are gonna remember you. Like, I need to start growing up.
Well, okay, so I see one of the comments, I kind of agree with it because it's kind of in gray area, everything. Like the situation, I think we need a lot more context in this story, but the first comment said from Baby Body Piercer. Baby Body Piercer, what?
Oh, right. Wait, this one here?
Yep. So they say Jenny is clearly holding some kind of resentment against him or even Maya. Can this be an issue of you and Maya getting together and she wasn't okay with it? Did anything happen between Ajax and her for this to be happening? Yeah, like I feel like we need a lot of more context.
OP said here, no, she loved Maya. They got along well up until she died, and then it got complicated. Ajax and her never really had any conflicts, just typical sibling arguing, which is why I feel so lost. But like, I feel like, are you sure that's really the case,
yeah,
OP?
Right?
You could just be oblivious.
Like, okay, yeah, like OP, I'm pretty sure like OP believes it, but I would say like, okay, hear me out. I would say no one is an asshole here. Like what you need is a family therapy right now to kind of uncover the actual issues, like what is going on, because we don't know. Like you might be perceiving it that way. You might believe that, oh, no, there was no bad blood between Maya and Jenny, or Maya or Jenny and Ajax. But I feel like you guys need a family therapy. Let's not. Like, I don't think there's any like asshole here, because there might be like some hidden issues that no one knew about.
Someone brought up a good point. Degrees saying parents can miss a lot of unspoken tension when merging households, which I do think that is true, because someone here was saying maybe try asking Jenny straight up what the issue is. Something had to be said in order for her to have this change that have happened. Are we sure her mom isn't adding any thoughts to her head?
Oh, yeah. See, like, that's why I'm like, oh, we need a lot more context and you guys need a lot more information. Like, I think everyone has to go to therapy and like uncover like what is really going on. Because there's like what is it, like not out external factors, right? Like external factors that can change the situation, like the mom. Because the mom might be like resentful or might be putting some ideas in Jenny's head. And Jenny is 19 and she's probably listening to her mom and to Twitter and
yeah.
getting emotional a little bit.
Going back to like when I was talking about like with my stepdad and stuff, he would do this kind of weird stuff because I had to live with him for like a little bit with like my younger brother. And he would tell me all this like terrible stuff about my mom. And like just saying just nasty stuff because they broke up and stuff and their relationship wasn't doing good. And like, yeah, sometimes some like parents, they get this weird begrudge, especially if like the breakup was pretty messy. So for all we know, the mom could be feeling stuff in Jenny's head because it's just weird for it to come out of nowhere. So people are saying therapy in the comments.
Yep, therapy, absolutely. Like I would say for now, no asshole here, but everyone needs therapy.
Yeah. So people are saying it should be specifically like OP and Jenny who goes to therapy because if Ajax there, she's probably not gonna really open up and like talk about what happened. I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, she could like definitely there should be some individual therapy and there should be some therapy where it's like the dad and Jenny, and then Ajax and the dad maybe
some
just
grief
not them
counseling
together, or maybe everyone.
Or like grief counseling too for Ajax too, because like that's gotta be rough. Let's see.
Because it's just been 3 years. Like that's especially if this wasn't addressed. Like when Maya died, when Ajax was 13. Then
that's what that person's saying here in this comment. It's like it's hard to judge without some idea of what Jenny's issue is with what you said. So for now, I have to say not the a-hole, though I'll note that it's kind of a-hole-ish to not bother to ask your daughter why she doesn't want to acknowledge your role as Ajax's guardian and her connection as his stepsister. Clearly, something big happened, and I'm baffled that you don't seem interested in getting to the bottom of that.
Yep. Like I would be immediately okay. Something's going on. Let's resolve this issue by going to a professional and like unbiased kind of third party to look into it and to really like talk to us, right?
You know what I was just thinking about?
Family therapy.
I was just thinking about how like, you know how like, I guess I have a very unique situation in my life because my mom has had so many boyfriends growing up. So like I've gotten used to my mom just dating different men. And I remember she, like one day as like a kid, she'd be with one guy and then like, I don't know, I come home from school and it's like they're broken up and she's with someone new. And as like a child, I had to just kind of like accept that. It's very confusing. And it's like my mom would just come home and be like, yeah, so I'm dating this guy now. And I don't have any say in that. I don't have any choice. I have to just kind of accept that there's a new man who I don't know is now my kind of stepfather. Maybe they're not married.
Right. I mean, I can understand it because like my parents are also divorced, and even though this happened when I was already an adult, and I wasn't a child, and you know, like, oh, it's still to this day, if my mom has a new relationship, it's kind of difficult for me to like not accept it, but like, oh, it's kind of awkward, you know, it's very awkward. And then like, oh, especially if she tries to, even now when I'm an adult and she tries to kind of like force me to meet them or bond with them or spend time like one-on-one time with them, I'm like, Mom, but that's your boyfriend. I'm not really interested, and it's okay. Like, I'm happy for you. Like, you spend, you know, like, you guys have fun. You guys spend time with each other, obviously. But like, oh, I'm not really interested in bonding with this person that you're dating. Like, that's, oh, it's all good for you. You know, like, good for you. I'm happy for you. But like, oh, you know, like, I'm okay not to be involved.
I think the thing that's getting me is like, it's like the whole, imagine like your parent comes home and they're like, yeah, so this is happening now, and you just kind of have to deal with it. And it's like like as a kid, you're like, oh, even like as you're saying, as like an adult, it's really awkward and confusing. So as like a kid, you're like, wait, what's happening?
Very confusing for a child.
Yeah, and
especially it's like, oh, it's a stranger, right? Like, oh, if it's like a new partner, it's like, oh, a stranger in the house. And you're feeling even more awkward because it's like, oh my God, you know, and suddenly it's like, oh, that's your stepfather now. That's your new stepfather.
And then they die and you're like, okay, what's happening in my life right now? So I can kind of see it. Because some people in the comments here are saying that Jenny's a brat. Like, they're literally saying, like, I won't pass judgment, but you seriously need to give your daughter a reality check. She's a massive brat, and her attitude should have been shut down a long time ago. Not allowed to get to the point that it has. And, like, I'm kind of on the fence about this because I'm like, okay, so Ajax's mother died when he was 13, and OP's daughter is 16. Old enough to understand that it's not okay to make hurtful comments to a kid that just lost her mom, no matter the relationship. And, like, it's like, I don't know. It's really confusing because someone else was saying how OP casually mentioned how his daughter's thrown out comments about how her mom isn't dead like Ajax. That should have been OP's big sign that his kid is a brat. He never handled it, which is like, I do think the dad's a little out of touch. I think he just kind of thought, so this is happening. I'm now with this person. This is now like my other kid and stuff. And now you guys just have to make this work. And like, they are kids. They don't have the brain capacity to like compartmentalize this situation,
especially at this age. I feel like, okay, yeah, daughter was 16 and someone said like old enough to understand that it's not okay to make hurtful comments. Yes, at the same time, 16 years old is also like very hormonal, very emotionally wrecked age where it's like we're teenagers and we just like get affected by everything.
Plus, think about the family complications. Like, obviously, Jenny lost the other parent because of the breakup. That probably caused some issues. Yeah. So, it's...
I feel like there's just... It's just OP doesn't know the whole story. He doesn't actually know the underlying issues. And, like, what the family needs is a therapy with a professional to uncover, like, what's going on.
Yeah,
because it's like, like I wouldn't say like, okay, that was a bratty behavior, that's not okay to say that, but at the same time I wouldn't say that. I can't say that Jenny is a brat because I'm pretty sure, like 99.9% sure that there is some issue that no one knew about.
I agree. I definitely agree. They all need family therapy.
Family therapy. I love how the very popular verdicts on Reddit are like family therapy, couples counseling, divorce.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Or go no contact.
Oh God. This one is these last two are the ones that you had posted on here. Not posted, you had sent me.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. The period one. I like this one. So, am I the asshole? My boyfriend places sheets on all of the furniture when I'm on my period.
I'm sorry. So, wait. What? Yeah. Like, are we talking plastic wrap or like bed sheets?
Let's see. Protective film, I guess, over protective sheets. So my boyfriend, my 24 female boyfriend, 28 male. Oh my God, and he's 28. Grow up. 28. You are old enough to
but Sona, periods are gross and nasty and women are bad.
Oh my God. At 28. Okay. Is really protective over his furniture. I assume it's because they are white. Oh come on. Okay, the first sentence like already pissing me off. This really shows when I'm on my period. My boyfriend does humiliating things like placing sheets on all of the chairs and lounges. I feel like if I were to leak, I would just leak through the sheets anyway, and makes me sleep in the guest bedroom on the first 2 days of my period, my heaviest days. And then he even asks me about when was the last time I changed my tampon. Oh my God.
Okay, so this guy's like a control freak. That's what this is.
Are you 28 or are you fucking like, I don't know, 15 and you don't know what's going on? Like, I don't know, like you think that periods are gross. I'm a grown woman who has had her period since the age of 12. I don't need somebody to remind me to change a tampon.
No, legit, true. That's so like cringe, it's like, dude. What? It's like, honey, have you changed your tampon recently? It's been 2 hours.
Also, like, okay, well, yeah, leaks happen, but you have to get that this is like before it leaks onto any furniture. Like that's
something you learn as like a teenager, though. Layers. Yeah, like I know TMI guys, but
it has to like soak through your tampon or a pad, and then it has to also leak through your underwear, and it has to leak through your pants or whatever you're wearing.
Which, as like a woman, like, when you get your first period and stuff, you learn that stuff when you're a kid. Like I got mine when I was 12. Sure, like, you learn that. Yeah. You learn that stuff, and then as like a grown ass adult, like you learn, okay, I need to wear these kind of pads during this. Bro.
Okay, this is like that's like embarrassing story time. I one time, maybe TMI, sorry, I apologize, but
we're women, guys.
One time I leaked like majorly because I didn't expect that my period would start on that day. It started heavy, which never happened before. And I was at school at the time. Nobody had anything that I could like change into or put in. Like protective layer. I had to I was leaking through my pants, my pants were red. I started I decided, okay, well, my house is like pretty close by. I can walk over and skip like 1 or 2 classes. I can't do anything about that. I'm just gonna come back. But as I walked out of the school, my history teacher was chasing after me, thinking that I'm running away from school.
Bro, are you serious? Literally, I would have turned around, bent over, and been like, "Do you see this? I'm dying."
I was covering myself with my hoodie, but then my history teacher was going. I thought he wasn't actually.
It was a guy. It was a guy.
Yeah, it was a dude.
Oh my god!
And he was totally following me, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I have to get to my house." It was pretty hilarious.
Don't you know we have to learn
really. Even then, it took a while for me to actually notice that it actually leaked and actually started staining my pants. It wasn't really immediate, right? It wasn't I could feel that it was happening. Well, anyway, back to the story. So that one was TMI story. Sorry.
No, we love embarrassing stories. I feel like
yeah.
It makes us feel more like, what's it called? Guys, these things happen, okay? It's part of growing up.
Human.
You have to get over it. Your girl's gonna bleed on you.
Happens.
You have to fucking get over it.
if you're still, if you're a minor, you shouldn't be here, I assume.
Please, for the love of God.
Yeah, but if you're an adult person, you will make mistakes and have embarrassing moments forever. Even when you're 89.
Yep.
Or 90.
Exactly.
Okay.
Someone said girls bleed their pants and boys shit their pants. all right, I'll let you finish reading.
I have an amazing luck in life. Yes, indeed I do. And that's my life. When he does this, I just feel embarrassed, and it gives me the vibe that he cares more about materialistic objects than me. I'm not even allowed to cuddle him during my period. 28. Again, this guy is 28. 28.
He just doesn't understand women, guys. He just doesn't understand.
It's is this your first girlfriend? What's going on? Is this your first interaction with a girl that has period? What? With someone who has period? Why? Okay, so he acts like I'm just gushing like a waterfall or something. I started my period yesterday, and as I expected, the sheets come out. Oh my god.
Do you think he uses the same sheets?
Possibly. First of all, the sheets are probably clean because she probably never leaked out on those sheets.
That's
I'm pretty
crazy.
sure, because it seems like that's her frustration, because I manage my period. I've had it for X number of years, 12 years. I started at 12. I'm 24. Had it for 12 years. I'm pretty sure I know how to manage it. It's what? Okay, so I decided to put my foot down, and I take off all of the sheets of the furniture, which got my boyfriend irritated, to which I told him that he needs to stop treating me like a leaking juice box. Nice. He's saying that I have no right to prevent him from keeping his expensive furniture clean, and that I am the one acting like a jerk. I need to know, am I the asshole? No.
Here's the thing that's getting me.
Asshole.
If all his furniture is white, does he realize that periods are the last thing you should be worried about getting dirty on there? What about your hands, your grubby little hands? And if you don't take your shoes off at the house and you're walking around with your shoes, there's a lot of other things that can get specifically white furniture dirty.
Yeah, especially just ask your boyfriend, why don't you take in that case, aren't you worried about your floors and your carpets, precious carpets? Some people sleep or lie down in their bed with their shoes on.
Yeah, that's why I'm just sitting here thinking like,
Like,
because
what?
I don't buy white furniture for this very specific reason. White furniture gets dirty so
Just
easily.
anything. Like
Mm-hmm.
anything white is just so hard to manage. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why would you? It's like as you grow up, you realize, yes, white furniture, it looks very nice, or white clothes look very nice, but also they're a bitch to manage and wash and keep actually white. So yeah,
As people were
for that very
saying,
reason, I don't buy that many white clothes.
obviously not the a-hole, and like the comments were just like,
Not the asshole.
just out of curiosity, does he have any redeeming qualities besides owning furniture he cares about? And people are just like asking, like, yeah, like this is the question that has to be puzzling everyone. I guess the sex is out of this planet is phenomenal, because I doubt he has any other great intellectual abilities. And then only 3 weeks out of the month, though, you know they aren't having any kind of fun for herself.
Oh my god.
Oh
I feel like
god.
he's like one step away from building her like a bubble for period days. Just like
Yeah.
this, you know, kind of sealed off hospital room with like in a bubble, like plastic everywhere.
Women, am I right, guys? How dare they? Shh.
Man,
That
how
blows my
dare-
mind.
How dare they have bodily functions and just natural, just periods.
Oh my god.
Oh my lord. The 28. I am baffled. This is like what I'm bamboozled about the most. It's like 28. Like 28? And you still think that your girlfriend is radioactive because she has a period? Oh my god.
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
I don't know. Like it's a problem of, I think, education.
Oh,
It's an
100%.
education problem.
Mm-hmm. And now the last story is
Oh.
is this the one that? Yeah, I think.
Uh,
Yeah, I think this is the one.
for wanting to call. Wait, okay. Where is it? Do I have it?
You said to me, this last one sounds wild.
Oh, this one. Oh, this one. Okay. Yeah, the last one sounds wild. So, am I the asshole for wanting? We can split this one. Like we can read.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna
half-half,
say,
'cause
girl,
it's
this
pretty
is a
long.
lot. If you want, I can read like all the edits, because there's like 3 edit paragraphs here.
Yeah, sure.
All
Sure.
right.
Okay. Am I the asshole for wanting to call off my wedding because my fiance's stepmother keeps insisting we're siblings?
Wait, what?
Oh, Lord.
Guys.
Okay.
Oh,
Sweet
God.
home Alabama.
So that's so funny. Oh my god.
Oh, well, Sweet home Alabama. Okay, so I, 23 female, am engaged to my fiance, Daniel, 24 male. He's the son of a very wealthy businessman. Oh boy. And to be honest, I come from a much more humble background. We met a few years ago at a mutual friend's party and hit it off immediately. We have a ton in common. Same sense of humor, similar values. We're both super family oriented, and we have the same weird taste in music. We even share similar quirks and habits that make us seem like we've known each other forever. Basically, we just click. Here's where the problem starts. Daniel's father remarried a few years ago to a woman named Valerie. She is in her mid-40s, and, well, let's just say she's not the nicest person. She's always been kind of cold to me, but I didn't think too much of it. A little passive-aggressive here and there, but nothing crazy. However, over the last few months, things have started getting out of hand. Valerie started making these strange comments, usually when we're alone or in private settings. She has started implying that Daniel and I are too close for fiancés. Oh my god.
Huh?
The first time she said it, I laughed it off, thinking it was some weird joke. But then it kept happening. She started pushing the idea that Daniel and I are not just fiance and fiancé.
Fiancé? Oh.
Fiancé? Well, fiancés. Anyway, but rather brother and sister in some kind of spiritual or emotional sense. I don't know, because I'm like, DNA test. She kept saying things like, I just like the way real siblings can talk for hours about nothing. Or, you two look so much alike. I'm surprised you haven't figured out you're actually related.
Oh my god. It's one of those siblings are dating things. It's one of those siblings are dating things.
Oh no. Are they gonna like discover actually we are siblings?
Oh my god.
Jesus. I thought she was just being bizarre, but it kept escalating. At one point, she showed up at one of our family gatherings with this family tree thing that supposedly proves Daniel and I could be distant cousins. The family laughed it off, but the whole thing left me feeling unsettled. I'm not sure why she's so obsessed with this narrative, but she even started calling us the twins in front of other people, which made me feel super uncomfortable. I've talked to Daniel about it a few times, and he says I'm overthinking it, that Valerie is just trying to get under my skin. But at this point, I'm not so sure. I feel like Valerie is intentionally trying to paint us as siblings to make me feel uncomfortable and to undermine our relationship, and it's really starting to mess with my head. We're supposed to get married in a few months, but now I'm seriously considering calling it off. Oh no! I mean, unless there's some like Valerie actually knew that maybe she gave birth to Daniel and gave him up for adoption, and this is the real plot
what
twist.
What kind of plot twist would that be, though? Holy!
I don't know. Or Valerie knows that. Wait, no. Valerie is her stepmother-in-law.
She's
something.
like some weird random woman that got like into the family picture after the other lady's gone.
Or maybe she knows that, wait, maybe the father actually is her. Okay, never mind. I'm just kind of spinning stories now. Okay, so we're supposed to be married in a few months, but now I'm seriously considering calling it off. I don't know if I can marry into a family that has this kind of weird toxic dynamic. I don't want to feel like a part of this twisted narrative that's being forced on us. Daniel says I'm letting Valerie win by even thinking about this, but it's messing with my head so much that I don't know if I can go through with it. So, am I the asshole for thinking about calling off my wedding because of Valerie's insistence that Daniel and I are siblings? Should I just brush it off like Daniel wants, or is it a sign that something deeper is wrong here? And you can read the edits.
So, here are the edits for this, everybody, because I see some people in the comments saying, why don't they just get taken a DNA test and stuff? So I'm actually curious if this gets put up in the edits here. Edit. Just to clarify, we are definitely not siblings or related in any way, shape, or form. Valerie has no evidence or reason to believe this. It's all just her weird fixation. Also, Daniel and I are both adamant about not being related in any way. We've been to family gatherings and nobody in the family has mentioned this before, but Valerie is definitely the only one who keeps pushing this narrative. Edit number 2. For those who are saying that I should not let this ruin my marriage, something that I forgot to add in this post was that she brings this up constantly in family group chats, social situations, even in front of the children in this family. In public, when she brings this up, me and my fiance get weird looks, and even the children of the family have been asking me if Daniel and I are actually brother and sister or not, which to have to explain to a child that it's just the family's humor doesn't cut it. I've tried avoiding her, but Daniel's father claims it's me being sensitive and cruel, but I've actually lost sleep over this. Daniel told me a few days ago to just ignore it and it's a funny joke, but when you become the butt of a joke, it's not funny anymore. His mother-in-law has even met my family and questioned them about whether they had any distant family when we were looking at my wedding dresses. And to me, that is where it went too far. I love my fiance in every fiber of my being, but he isn't defending me at all when I tell him that bringing up the fact that me and my husband could be in an the sweet home Alabama relationship makes me uncomfortable. I feel completely alone in this, and I don't want to think about ruining our soon-to-be marriage, but I have considered it. Will I ultimately choose that? No, but I don't know if I want to be with someone who completely undermines my feelings for the sake of his mother-in-law, who ultimately does not have his nor my best interests at heart. I'll bring this up to him again later today or at a later date. I'll keep you all updated. And then, edit. Okay. A lot of you have a point. I don't think my fiance is a red flag, though. I'm assuming that this is just how he and his family joke with each other. Weird way to joke, guys. And since I'm not really the joking type, maybe I just don't understand it. But you are one of the more understanding comments, which a lot of the others are not, and they just don't see how this has affected me and strained my relationship with my soon-to-be family. I've tried cutting off the mother-in-law, but my fiance and his father convinced me not to, and so it feels like I simply can't win in this situation. I texted my fiance about this post in the comments, and he told me if I bring it up again, he will just remove me from the family group chat entirely. I feel as though he is mad at me, which maybe I have overreacted, but I'm not really the confrontational type, and he knows that, and it's his family. Since I am the soon-to-be wife, he should be understanding that and my boundaries, but he shuts me down each time, and I kind of feel like the a-hole now for making it such a big deal. He wants me to apologize to his family for the sake of peace and just to go along with it for the sake of good fun. But doing that makes me feel like I'm pushing aside my own feelings of the matter for the sake of a weird joke that the mother-in-law made. Should I apologize? Should I stand my ground? It feels like the latter to me. No. Do not marry this man. Do not marry this man. He is undermining you, gaslighting you, and straight up being like manipulative. No, do not marry this man.
Yeah, I would say maybe he's not like a flaring red flag, but the fact that he's kind of not taking your side even at this point, like at the before marriage, it's just like, okay, that tells me that this is what I can expect after marriage. Like, oh, you're not gonna be taking my side. You're gonna be taking like all the time, even when they are in the wrong, when your family is in the wrong, like you're gonna be taking their side. So
also,
yeah.
It's fucking weird to say, oh yeah, you guys are siblings and date. It's fucking weird. It doesn't matter. Going out in public is absolutely wild. That is disgusting.
Yeah, that's bad.
Like,
yeah, like okay, maybe I wouldn't break off the engagement just yet, but I would definitely be like, hey, I'm putting the wedding on hold for now because we have to, like I might not break up immediately, but I'll be like, hey, we're putting the wedding on hold because we have to sit down and like explain this and just resolve this issue. Like what's your, like, are you willing to talk about it? And do you see where I think that you're wrong? And like, oh, like I have an issue with you not taking my side when the stepmom or whatever, when Valerie is clearly in the wrong and she's like insulting us. If he insists on like, right, like if he insists on taking their side, then I'll be like, okay, well, I mean, that's clear to me. You're not even seeing, like, you're not even willing to take my side when I'm your partner.
I think the thing that's like weird is like, it's like, it's the whole undermining thing. Like, regardless if this is like a joke or not, this is your fiance. Like, don't undermine their feelings because you think it's ridiculous. Yeah. Like, that says a lot about you as like a person. Just because you think it's not a big deal doesn't mean it's not a big deal to other people. And this is something that, like, I guess being neurodivergent, I am often the one who gets undermined in every single situation. Not to make this completely about me, but I'm used to this. I'm used to people saying like, oh, I'm overreacting and stuff. I'm over exaggerating and I'm this and that. And it's like, I've kind of learned over the years that like people will spin a narrative over your feelings. And regardless if you're neurodivergent or not, that's not okay. It's not okay to undermine someone's feelings. If you're upset about something, like, that's a valid feeling. And clearly it needs to be explored and talked about.
Yeah, like even if you think that someone is overreacting, don't just confront them. Don't be confrontational and don't be like an asshole about it and don't tell them like, oh, you're overreacting, like get your shit together or something. Just be like, hey, why do you think that way? Why, like, oh, what's the issue? Can you tell me about it? Like, let's talk about it. Let's talk it through and let's see where the issue is, right?
I'm wondering if in the story, does it say when like the dad got remarried? Okay. Oh yeah. So, cause someone in comments was saying, oh, maybe like OP's boyfriend is like afraid of like standing up for the mother-in-law because she's been abusive like his whole life. But here's the weird thing about this. No. They started dating when in like the mid 40s.
Yeah, it's just recent.
So OP's like they're adults.
A few years ago. A few years ago. So like Daniel was already an adult. Everyone was an adult. So, dude, man, people are still like it doesn't matter if they're adults. Like I feel like people are just children. Some people are just like big babies all the time. How?
Oh, you know what? I love this comment right here. This comment says, whenever she starts talking like this, look really uncomfortable, look away, and then loudly say, Valerie, I have asked you repeatedly not to speak to me about your Sweet Home Alabama fetish. It makes me and everyone else uncomfortable. And then quickly walk away while looking behind you to make sure she isn't following you. She will look like a psycho no matter what she says or does after that.
Yeah.
And they're like, embarrass her.
Unless you break up with your fiance. Like if you decide to break up with him because he's not really actually taking your side at all. Which I think it would be valid. I think it would be valid. Like if it's your you know, like your God. Blah. I'm looking for the right word.
No, like people keep saying like in the comments, your boundaries. Yeah. They're telling OP like honestly, keep insisting how it's a weird fetish that she has. Because if she's gonna start calling you guys siblings, say she has a weird fetish about it. Because clearly, like that's weird. That's so weird. How would you feel?
Or, like a good way to confuse someone and just like embarrass them without embarrassing them. Just keep asking, what do you mean by that?
Why do you want us to be related so bad, Valerie? Valerie, why do you want us to be related so bad, huh? Like what?
Yeah, like, oh, why are you insisting on that? Why are you? It's like, oh, well, that's a weird fetish to have.
So weird.
Well, I would say Valerie is like definitely the biggest a-hole here. Daniel is being an a-hole. Well, the dad is being an a-hole too, because he also kind of like reacted like, oh, you're overreacting or something. Like, oh, you're making it into something that it isn't. And then
this is some weird
Daniel
rich people stuff. Someone was saying in chat because like she's humbled and it's like they're all like rich, and I'm just kind of like, you guys are way too invested over making this girl feel like shit. That's just weird.
Like I don't really like this. So I would say, like just unless Daniel is really different and it's just like a weird, I don't know, he had like a blackout in his brain for a while. But I would put the wedding on hold, have a real talk, have a like serious talk, and then and possibly just break up because it's kind of disrespectful.
Or get a DNA test if you're really that certain.
Or get a DNA test, yeah.
So weird.
Or start saying to Valerie that she and her husband are siblings, or dad. Like, hey,
just be like, oh, that's just
keep it in the family, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, just embarrass her back, like, because then
bloodline.
What happens next? Like, if you were to like, if we took any of those options, I'm kind of curious. What would Valerie do? Are they gonna turn around and be like, OP, you're being way too weird and creepy now? Yep. That's what I feel like would happen.
Yeah.
Or she'd be into it.
Hot take, they live in Alabama.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You know what? It happened before. Like there were those stories where it's like someone knows a huge family secret that, oh, the people that are about to get married are actually like siblings or half siblings, and like, oh, the big secret gets like spilled.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously there are those. Yeah. Okay. That's gonna be a very strange question, very strange scenario question. Don't judge me too much because I'm like very conflicted about it. Let's say, like, oh, you have a fiance, right? And you met, you fell in love, you weren't siblings or anything, but then it comes out that you're actually long lost siblings.
Why do I feel like this has been a Reddit story? Why do I feel like I've seen this on a Reddit story?
It's like long lost siblings, but you never knew. You fell in love naturally. Like this was like a huge pure coincidence that you met and you fell in love, and no one else knows about it. If you agreed not to have children ever, would you still, like, if you're really in love, like you're really, you can't see them as a sibling and you're really in love, would you still marry them? But like agree, okay, we're gonna both get a surgery to not have children.
Or maybe like adopt or something.
Or adopt. But like, oh, it can never come out that you're actually biological siblings. Like, would you still marry them or not? Like if you were really in love with them.
Oh man, oh god, I don't even know. That's like, oh god,
that's a difficult scenario, isn't it? Because it happened before.
Wait, that's happened before?
What happened? I read a story where it was like actually a mother and long lost son, or the other way around, like father and long lost daughter. Like they didn't know that they were father and daughter.
This is an educational stream, everybody. We're discussing what are the ethical logistics about a situation like this. Okay, you two, don't be mad. Don't demonetize this stream. This is educational.
Don't be mad. This is a very difficult scenario, and I am super on the fence with that, obviously. Like, because on one hand, it's like, yeah, you're biologically related, so that's not a good idea. On the other hand, I can see the justification in the fact that, oh, we never knew each other and we just naturally met and fell in love, and no one ever knew.
I think I'd have to get lobotomized. It's that way I just don't remember, because I don't know if I could get that out of my head. That's just me personally. I just feel like because I hyperfixate on stuff, that's all I would think about. I'd be like, my entire life is a lie. I don't know what's going on.
I think I would be really heartbroken, but I don't think I could go through with that. Like I don't think I could marry this person.
It's just like my consciousness.
Like I would be like, okay, now that I know, like, even though I might love you, I might like romantically love you, and you're like the love of my life, but because I know, like, I would not be able to, live with like keep that secret and like live with that and just
Oh my god. So someone asked in chat saying, what's it called? Swiss was saying, what if you found out but your partner doesn't know yet? How would you would you tell your partner? Would you keep it to yourself? Oh my god.
A good point. Oh, that's an even more complicated scenario. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, I have like goosebumps. I'm like, oh, that's like, oh my gosh. What are the ethics on that though? Like, genuinely, like, what are the ethics about that? Like, we're not saying you guys need to have the answers, so definitely comment your answers down below. This is just one of those things that like keeps you up at night.
Yeah, like this is one of those things, because like the crazy part is that there's been stories, like so many stories like that, where it's like literally people by chance, by like pure huge coincidence just met, and it turns out that they were either siblings or parent and biological child that they abandoned or something, or gave up.
Which happens a lot, actually. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, like that complicates things. If one of you guys only knows, I think I would.
But so it's like, what if they also knew and they kept it a secret from you too? All right, guys.
It's like Spider-Man moment. Like, hey. I think I would tell them. Like, I think I would sit them down and be like, hey, this is, what I found out, and I don't think we can, like, even though I love you, I don't think I can keep going like this.
Yeah, wait a minute. What if like they did have a kid, and then on the like test results back, they're like, yeah, you guys have this really weird like disease that only happens with like same bloodlines, and then that's how you find out. Oh god, what would happen? Do you get arrested for that? Okay, we're making this way too complicated. Like, what if the police show up like, guys, did you know?
See, I don't think they would get arrested because they didn't know. I think it's only criminal, or it's only punishable by law if they like no, in some states, by the way, like in some countries, some states, in some it's not. But if you know, right, like if you knowingly continue.
Yeah, then I think you get in trouble, right?
Then you get in trouble. Like if it comes out and you're like kind of displaying it to everyone, or just kind of informing everyone, like, oh, everyone knows. Then yeah, I think in some states, in some regions, it is considered a crime. In some, it's not, because it's technically two consenting adults. So yeah, technically.
Yeah. Someone said they could make a manga about this being like, new fear unlocked, accidentally sleeping with your own sibling you didn't know exists. All right, that's it. We're done with this today.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That's just really funny to me. And I'm
sorry
like,
for bringing it up, but like after the story, I was just like, yeah, there are stories like that. And
no,
like,
you're
what
right.
do you do in this situation? Like, do you, because I don't think, like, again, I don't think especially if you didn't know all this time and you find out, I don't think anyone would arrest you because of it, because
it just sounds like a plot twist to like a movie.
It definitely sounds like it could wreck you emotionally and just psychologically for a long time.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's why, oh gosh. Yeah, I am wondering about the semantics of that, but hey, food for thought for you guys later tonight.
Sweet home Alabama.
Sweet home Alabama. Well, Sona, what did you think about all these stories tonight? They were very fascinating.
It made me conflicted, very fascinating, definitely fascinating. Some were easier to judge, some were some were definitely in the more like gray area, so I was a little bit on the fence about some of them. Definitely the one with the father and like the stepson and his daughter, right, like after the mom died, that one was like, oh, okay, yeah, like it's difficult situation.
The one that gets me is the milk one, where he made his roommate have diarrhea.
Oh no, the lasagna one was good too.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's like, come on.
Some people are just unhinged, man.
All of them were good. All of them are good.
If you guys liked this kind of stuff, and let us know in the comments like down below and stuff. I can either have Fiersona come on here again, and we don't have to read Am I the Asshole? We could, there's a lot of other subreddits that we haven't even explored. This is just the more like easier one, I think, to read.
We could definitely explore, you know what, like RBI, so Reddit Bureau of Investigation, because those are some creepy stories.
Oh yeah.
Like actual kind of people's chilling encounters, or like internet mysteries that like they turn to Reddit to solve them, and actually Reddit users help them.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that would be really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah, let us know if that's something you guys would be interested down below and stuff. But with that, I do think that is all the time I have for today, because I have to go make some dinner now. All this talk about food has made me hungry.
Made me hungry. Thank you so much for having me today.
When is the next time you're going to be streaming?
I'm streaming tomorrow. I have another true crime case on YouTube. So if you want to hear a like a pretty scary, pretty blood-chilling, spine-chilling mystery, then you can go over to my YouTube channel, because I usually stream on YouTube.
Yes. So on YouTube, you guys, if you want to see that tomorrow. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today. I think tomorrow I'm probably going to just do some very chill, like low maintenance, like gameplay, get caught up on like some spooky games that I've been kind of shoveling to the side, because I'm like, there's this one game I can't pronounce. It's called Endoparasitic, and I have to like literally pronunciate it, each little part of it, because otherwise I can't say it right. I want to try to finish that tomorrow. But
is that like what kind of game is it?
Basically, you're this asshole who gets his limbs ripped off, and you have one limb, and you have to like fight all of these like parasite things.
Yeah, people come up with all sorts of games. Oh my god!
You play the entire game with just your mouse.
So like you're basically triple amputee, and you have no limbs, and you have to like fight with one hand.
Yep.
Do everything. Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. So nope. That's why I'm like, someone said glad we could discuss incest and weed. All right.
I'm sorry.
No, that's really funny though. That's okay.
Because also like when you said the title of the game, Endoparasitic, I was just like, what is it? Is it like a medical game where you have to like get someone's like what is it, like the tapeworm out?
Actually, that's the special twist about it. You do have a parasite inside you too that you have to constantly like medicate with.
Oh shit! Okay.
It might.
I was like, oh,
I'll
maybe
have
it's
to
like
send it
one
to
of
you.
the surgical games.
It's.
Damn.
I don't know how else to just explain it. So I'll have to send you like the trailer and stuff, because I don't know. It might be a game that you might be interested in.
Yeah, totally. Definitely send me the trailer. Just like what?
Well,
oh, nice.
With that, everybody, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you all again next time.
Yeah, see you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.